Hey everyone, it is livecamant coming at you late at night or early in the morning, depending how you look at it. It is currently 3:25 a.m. where I'm at, and I made this video once before already, but the weather was not very good, and I decided, since I happened to be awake, that I'd have another quick peek at this camera. Since I am on the opposite side of the world for optimal results, sometimes I have to make a sacrifice and give up a little sleep to make sure I'm getting the best quality cameras for you, and today is no exception. What a fantastic camera. But before we get to that, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you so much everyone for helping me hit that not only 100 subscribers, but now we're at 156 as of making this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's keep that momentum going and hit 500 subscribers. And the way you can help me do that is simply to hit that subscribe button below, throw me a thumbs up, and if you hit the bell, you'll know every time that I make a video. And hey, you want to buy a cup of coffee? There's a PayPal link down below as well. But this camera's too good to wait. Let's get to this amazing camera in Newport, Rhode Island in New York. Now, this is an amazing camera. I found this once again on one of my favorite live cam sites, that being in ccam.org. And as you can see, this is a full PTZ camera. Now, since it's in CCAM, we don't have the option to go full screen. We don't have the option to really do much other than watch this amazing cam, or do we? Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that in CCAM has a trick. If you click the camera, it will very often bring up the actual camera service. In this case, it is the Access Communications service. And as you can see, once we get here, we have the camera with some controls. Now, in some cases, you'll have full control over the camera where you can actually pan, zoom, tilt, etc. But in this case, the pan, the zoom, the tilt is taken care of. It is on a set schedule and rotation. So there's nothing we can do there. However, what we can do is fantastic. We have basically two options here. We can either go down to the bottom right-hand corner and we can change from the H.264 video format to MPEG, which I found does smooth out the video a bit, if not lower the resolution a tiny bit, but not very much. But even better, we can go full screen. And glorious full screen it is. Wouldn't you like to live in that house? Wow. So this camera is spectacular. It is a 360-degree dome camera, meaning it views everything around it, and it is placed in a fantastic location. I'm not sure who put this camera up, whether it was the Newport Harbor Island Resort Association, whether it was Sotheby's International Realty, thanks to Mr. Gustav White, but any way you look at it, they're getting fantastic advertising on a fantastic camera. Look at this camera. You get the city, you get the waterway, you get the river. On a clear day, I've read that you can even see New York City from this camera, and it's gorgeous. Look at the definition, and keep in mind that this definition is on a gray and overcast day. When I made the last video, it actually started snowing, so the quality was not great, and I thought, well, I want to share this camera today, so I'm going to post this video today, and I'm going to come back to it periodically and see if I can get a better view. And I am still going to do that. I am still going to come back and try to get a sunny day, because if this is the quality of the camera on an overcast and kind of crappy day, I can only imagine what it's going to be like on a sunny day. Now here we've got some water drops on the lens of the cover, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. It's a lot better now than it was earlier. But it's amazing, this resolution, this quality. You can see the waves breaking on the water. You can see the fine details in the buildings, even though they're quite far away. And this camera is, like I said, spectacular. It is a full 360-degree turn. the last time I made the video, it took more than 15 minutes to make a complete circle. So I had to stop the video before we got to the end of the circuit because there was just so much to see. There are lighthouses, there are beaches, there are marinas with amazing boats and yachts and ships in them. There are big liners out there, ocean liners, tankers, big cargo ships that come into the view. There's a little bit of everything. And what we're looking at here in the top left corner, it almost looks like a fort or a base of some kind. It could be very well an old military installation. Now we're getting a closer look here at the water. Based on the fact that it was snowing earlier, I doubt anybody's out swimming. Maybe not too many paddleboarders or surfers today, or windsurfers. But just look at this level of detail. We've got these islands here now that are just almost crystal clear. You can see the beautiful homes on these little islands. Look at that house. Look at that house right on that little island there, all to itself, you know? Wow. And different levels of homes. There are small homes, there are big homes, there are mansions, like just luxury mansions in this place. Amazing. Now we're quite zoomed in right now, but even with the high zoom, we haven't lost a lot of definition. Okay, so we've got a marina over in the distance there, obviously filled with sailboats based on all those masts sticking up. Now we're starting to get into the more bigger and luxurious houses, though this is nothing yet. It gets much better. Wow, wouldn't it be fantastic to have a property like this right on the waterfront? Okay, now it looks like the houses are getting a little bigger again, so we're getting more to the affluent side. And I suspect at any minute now we're going to zoom out and start seeing more. Now that can't be a house there in the middle of the screen right now. That's got to be a hotel or something. Now, as you can see, when we are panning, there is a bit of stuttering, but that's pretty normal for a camera like this. Oh wow, Seagull just went straight past us there. That's to be expected, that we're going to lose a little bit of resolution when the camera is actually in motion. What a beautiful place. It's got to be a hotel. That's too big to be a house, you know. A resort, something like that, a fishing resort, obviously with the marina off to the left-hand side here. But the camera is very good. The time is correct-ish. The reason I say that is the date is correct, but the time is off by 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes behind. That could be one of two things. Either the camera settings are 5 minutes off, which could be caused by an internet outage or something like that, or it could simply be that there's a 5-minute delay as the video is transmitted to the server. This little place is beautiful. This is actually a lighthouse. As you can see, the light, you can tell it's actually spinning around on top there, and you can see that this area out in front of the lighthouse has quite a few large rocks in front of it. So definitely a very, very important place. What do you think? Could you be a lighthouse tender? Would you live in a place like that all by yourself, all alone? No hustle and bustle, no traffic jams, no noisy neighbors. I don't know, I think I could. I think it's beautiful. I mean, fresh fish every day, baby. But I guess for a lot of people, it wouldn't be the right life for them. But what do you think? Could you do it? Could you be a lighthouse tender? Let me know in the comments below. And look at them. They're just on this island. You do not drive to this little island. You either take a boat or you don't go. Hell of a swim otherwise. Now, as we pan over to the right here, we're going to come to this bridge. Now, on a clear day, I really wonder if this isn't where we'd start seeing more of New York City. I don't know much about the area other than it is Newport, Rhode Island. And I saw when I looked in CCAM, it said New York as the location. So I would have to look at a map, but is Newport, Rhode Island part of New York State? Can you see New York City? I'm really curious. And like I said, I'm going to be returning to this camera on a regular basis in order to update you and to show you this camera at its best. Because right now, this is fantastic. You can see the cars moving on the bridge. You can see the waves super far away, peaking the white caps. You can see the little line of rocks and stones out there. And there are some quite large stones out there that are poking up, like right over here. That could be treacherous if you didn't know it was there and you're zipping along in your boat. I tell you, that could be incredibly dangerous. But again, the detail level on this rainy, gray, overcast day, to be able to see these little houses so far off in the distance, to see the accumulated dirt and debris built up on these the foundation of the bridge is unbelievable. And look, another little island right here that even has a little building on it. So damn cool. I'm so glad that when I got up and wandered around a bit, and I thought to myself, hey self, let's go check out that camera again just to see if it's getting any better, because I'll show you a clip here of what the camera looked like last time, and yeah, it wasn't fantastic. It was still amazing for what it was, but the lens was very distorted because there was a lot of snowfall, a lot of wet spots, whereas this is spectacular. But I can't wait to see this camera on a rainy day. So now once we're past the water and the waterfront, now we're going to see more of the city. Like I said, we're 11 minutes into this video and there's more to see. We've got this beautiful marina here where we've got huge sailing ships, we've got fishing boats. Over in the distance here, we've got yachts, one in particular that's just freaking amazing. Oh, I can't wait to get to that one. But a little bit of everything, a little bit of something for everybody. Look at these masts on these huge, huge sailing boats. And then we've got, this has got to be some kind of a cruiser, you know, for taking people out onto the water. And again, treacherous. These kind of big boats hitting those rocks could be very, very dangerous. So we've got lots of sailing ships, lots and lots here. And look at the detail level on this church steeple over here. Fantastic. Looks beautiful. Looks absolutely amazing. Got the smoke coming up off the chimney in the distance there. Got the crane here, likely for moving boats in and out of the water for repairs or sales. We've got the good old American flag here flapping and moving in the wind. Oh, even more definition on that steeple. And another steeple in the distance here, another church. Apartment building or hotel, I'm guessing because of the big writing on there, that's a hotel on the waterfront. Now check out this yacht. This is what it's all about. Look at this yacht. Wow. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like one of these other luxury yachts that people have parties on and eat dinner and nice quiet cruises up and down the coast. This looks like something from a James Bond movie that you use to get in and out of danger in a hurry. And it's huge. It's so huge. And just look, it's so sleek and looks so fast. That is one crazy cool yacht. I mean, wow. I don't know what that is. I've never seen one before. If you have, let me know in the comments. What is it? Is this something for spies to get away from the feds? Is it a drug running vessel? Or is that just a pleasure craft that will get you from New York to Europe just like that? Because that's crazy. That is so amazing. And now we're a little bit more zoomed in. This is maybe the little harbor master's office, or maybe an emergency facilities room, fire extinguishers, things like that, ropes, buoys, stuff like that. This obviously is a little dining room over here. This is likely a dining room over here. But what a gorgeous camera. What a gorgeous camera. Newport Harbor Island Resort and Sotheby's. Thank you so much for supporting this. And of course, I think they're brilliant for actually supporting this camera and putting their advertisement on it, because this is a camera that I could spend a lot of time looking at. And I can honestly say that if I were to go to Newport, Rhode Island, I would go to Newport Harbor Island Resort, just simply because now I know about them when I didn't before. So I think it's a brilliant piece of advertising to do it like this. And here we go again, a little bit of movement. Now we're a little off focus here. And this, I noticed this the last time I made the video too. This area got a little funky, so something is going on with the camera in this area. Perhaps this is the end range of its motion and it kind of has hit a little bit of a glitchy spot. Look at that, look at that tower over there. It's like a mini version of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it's not leaning. So that's good. There we go, focuses up and moves along. Kind of wobbly here, could be wind, but like I said, I noticed this also earlier, so this could be a kind of weak spot in the mechanism on the camera, on this Axis camera. But regardless, this is a super fantastic camera, and of course I'm going to put the links directly to this camera in the description below, and I'm going to put both in. And when I say both, what I mean is this is the direct camera. This is just an IP address with the word view, right? So this is directly to the camera itself. And from here, you'll be able to go full screen. You'll be able to change, like I said, from MPEG to H.264. And I'm also going to include the link to in CCAM, because CCAM is a fantastic site. It doesn't get enough credit. You can find the coolest, most interesting cameras from all over the world, including this one. And don't forget, when you're on in CCAM, click the camera itself and it will sometimes, not always, take you to the direct camera interface, and sometimes, not always, you'll actually be able to interface with it yourself and control it. Sometimes you can pan and zoom on your own. Sometimes you can change the views. It's amazing. It's fun. Just like this camera. I hope you enjoyed this camera as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will see you in the next video.